Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is JP. For those who doesn't know me, I do some videos about some education, about lifestyle in the UK and what you can expect actually before traveling to the UK. Well, today's topic is what should you talk to your children. I think my previous video I spoke about what the kids need to know before you bring them here. Okay, so I spoke about you educating your children. You have to educate them. In which way? You have to educate them. This video is not only for the people who are just back home, also for those who are already here and you don't know the law. The law here is very strict. It's very, very strict concerning children. And you as a parent don't use it as a mother. I had so many stories because they may get some um they may get some advice from people that when you do this you can be able to betray one parent or so that you can have custody. Maybe they may keep you to stay here in Europe. Please don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive yourself. You can never play with these people. And then I'll speak like two things. Let me start with this one before I go to the next one. I may add more, but depends on how the topic will go. Anyway, so let's start. When before you come to the UK or to any country in Europe, in America, talk to your children. Educate them. Whatever happened inside the house, they should be careful what they're saying. It could be maybe just the parents has just shouted on the mother as usual, the way we are used to in Africa, that parents speak with this loud voice and the child will go and have some discussion with in school. Oh, my dad shouts a lot. Shout to my mother, oh, using those words, whatever words they use. You may think that those words are just normal words uh, when you're using in your country, but they are not when you come to here. As soon as that child go and report that the parents fight, you shout for them, you do whatsoever you do, because you know the way African discipline, the way other countries discipline the children is not the way they are disciplined here. You may forget yourself those beginning first days, first month. You may behave like you think you're in Africa, that you can beat the child. And as soon as that child go and report, you're in trouble. Those children will go out of your hands. So you have to educate yourself and still educate your children to be careful whatever they speak outside, to be careful where they end up. Educate them about where will they end up after they report you, whatsoever you have done wrong, maybe by mistakenly, or trying to correct them in African way or in your country way. I think I'm making sense here. Because the way the African way educate the children is not the way the European educate the children. And here there is a law which bind them. And I'll put it up here. That law, you cannot play with it. They have to follow that law. Does not matter. So whatever because in Africa the law is there, always there, but they are just there. Does not protect anything. So you have the way you have been disciplining them there, slapping them or shouting on them when they do something. Be careful. It may not be your child reporting you, but still educate them. Tell them when they go out, whatever happened, whatever you have said by mistake, never to discuss outside. Because you are trying to train them according to the African style, but you have to make sure that you are changing that behavior, because that behavior will continue. You will lose those children. And that shouting, the way you talk, the neighbor will hear. Number two, neighbors will hear. When the neighbor comes and when the neighbor hears every time you're always shouting, they call the police and they have a proof that you always shout to the child. They call the police and come into your house. Get to know you're in trouble. You are high risk of losing the children. You will lose the children if you're not careful. And then be careful what you speak. If you know, at the end you may report yourself, you don't know that you're reporting yourself. Most of the parents will be like, I'm talking to them because they're my children. No, don't even dare try to say that. Don't even try to mention that. And don't ever dare talk to your children whatsoever in your language, especially in Nigerian. Many police here in the UK, they speak your language. You have to be very, very careful because it's one of the most a country which is known with a lot of issues. So they have tend to learn, even their police officers, they can understand. If they will not understand, they'll put a translating system which can translate you what you're saying. So you have to be very careful what you speak. Watch your mouth. That will be number 3. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Prevention is better than cure. I'll go back to the topic number 1. When I said educate these children, talk to them, educate them, tell them when you say you need to do this 1, 2, 3, we're going to be separated for life. You will go, I don't know where, because all these children home, I'm telling you, when they go there, their life is never be the same again. It's not that they're going to have a good future. No, if you look like an 80 to 90%, their life become miserable, miserable, miserable. So if you educate them, these children, to understand, I know some of the parents will be feared that when you tell them, that's the key they will use. In either way, either you stop and behave yourself, or you tell them, at least they have that idea. They have that knowledge that if you do 1, 2, 3 things, we are going to be separated for life and I will never be seeing you anymore. And this is going to be chaos into our family. And those parents, those women who are coming here and think that they can use the government system to manipulate another person or your husband's status, you have to be careful. Don't just listen to what people are telling you. Don't just listen. Either you're coming to stay with that man. If you don't want that man, just stay in your own. But don't bring chaos and bringing and causing another person to lose his own status, because that is kind of behavior many people are developing. Maybe they wanted to leave the husband since before. Maybe they are ashamed to do that when they're in Africa, so they come and use that as a payback. Please separate in peace. Just if you want to live in peace. Don't put children in the middle to break and think that you have the custody over the child. No, it doesn't work like that. At the end, you also lose the custody if you're not careful. And now they start interviewing, just speaking anyhow, just talking anyhow, just releasing things you think. They will use your words to go against you. So you have to be very, very, very careful what you're speaking. So, I don't know which else I wanted to speak about. I guess I've covered about educating your children and also educating yourself. What else did I talk about? I spoke about I think there's one thing I wanted to talk about. I spoke with one friend of mine and he said, oh, there was an incident happened. Then he was like, that incident happened. He thought of if there was a child, he would have speak in the language. I think I've spoke about it. I've covered that you have to be careful what is the language you use, especially Nigerian language. The police officer in the UK, they do speak. I don't know about another country, but be careful. Don't think that you speak your language, they don't understand. Most have been trained and they learn the language so that they can understand, because the population of Nigerians is high and the things they do, I think you know. The thing, I won't say all the Nigerian, no, I'm just saying that because of the high rate of crime committed by them, it has caused them to learn your language. So you Nigerian, be careful. Your language, they understand. If they don't understand and they know they're coming to deal with you, they know they will put something so that they can translate what you're saying. So you don't think that you can tell a child, say 1, 2, 3 in your language, and you think that they will not understand. You put yourself in trouble. 2 times in trouble. All right? Anyway, I won't talk much, but I can still share out some videos or some news. I think I will just put some news about the people who have like messed up. But they have messed up. I can say they have just messed up by fighting with their wives while in front of the kids, beating the kids, or shouting on the child. So, and then they have lost. Cast on the child is gone, and you know he's in Europe. Don't expect that that child will be sent back to Africa. You will be sent back to Africa. That child will stay here and will be adopted in another family, and most of the time they adapt them somewhere where you can never even find them in the city. Even the city you're staying, they may take them another city completely far away that you will never have an access to the children. It will be a history that you had kids, and where are they? Maybe when they grow up, and pray for them. Maybe I should say, pray for them that they will meet a good family. They will grow up in and remember you. Just put them in prayer. That's the only thing I can tell you. There's nothing more I can share. The only thing, when they are gone, you know they are gone. You fight for them, but to get them back is not that easy. It's going to be a battle. All right. So, my fans, I'll end my video here. If there's anything you need I should share, you please share with me. Let's talk about something. There are a lot of things to talk about, especially in this country. There is a lot. There's accountable. I think now I'm going to just focus on looking at things which are going around and just giving you a warning. This is was a warning and a preparation and an education. That education about you and your children. Educate your children and educate yourself before you come and learn how to talk slow, calm, and learn to talk less, listen more. Put that in mind. Talk less and listen what? More. And think. Take your time to think. Is what you're going to say, is it going to have a negative impact? Because when somebody is angry, then when it's just blah 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 blah, you talk anyhow. So you have to be very vigilant of whatever you're doing, whatever you're about to say. Control your tongue. Even our believing Bible says, control what? Your tongue. Speak less and listen more. Thank you, my fans. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I believe in my next video we're going to talk about something else, about how people can betray you, especially when they know too much of you. Don't be careful. Don't let people know too much of you. All right? So keep in touch, and I'll see you in my next video. Remain blessed, and remember God first. Let God be your number one in everything you do. You're number one. He'll never disappoint you. He'll never fail you. He'll always be in your side. Be blessed, and adios.